Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So last night marked yet another Democratic debate, except this time it was in South Carolina right before the primary that's happening this weekend and right before Super Tuesday, which happens next week. So this was the last debate, like I said, before Super Tuesday as well. So again, it's just a really important last opportunity for some of these long shot candidates to either really gain some last minute momentum or for the top leaders to continue staying in the lead. And with that being said though, the theme of the debate was just the attack on Bernie Sanders. Now this was necessary if the other candidates wanted a chance at winning the nomination, because Bernie's momentum is just insane right now. He's doing really good in national polling. He's doing it in polling across most of the states, so there's no real sign that he's slowing down on his own. It's going to be up to the other candidates to really take jabs at him and really bring in his voters to their side. Now the other candidates in the previous debates were just so hesitant to attack him on his policies and ideas that now I personally think it's just a little too late. Michael Bloomberg, like Bernie, also bore a large amount of attacks, but this was just predictable because everybody hates Bloomberg on the stage and everyone thinks he's trying to buy the election, so that is not surprising. And Bloomberg's case though is that he's the only one who can beat Trump, because it's unlikely that Bernie can beat Trump due to all the labeling of him as a socialist and his idea to reshape the American economy when the economy is arguably doing well for a majority of Americans. By Bloomberg being the real outsider here, the moderates split the vote amongst themselves, so they won't win the nomination. Bernie is going to be too progressive, but he might win, so therefore leaving Bloomberg as the only viable option. Now regardless of this argument though, Bloomberg did not have the performance, I think, to stem Bernie's momentum, although I personally think he did better than the last debate, but that's not saying much because it was terrible last time. But yeah, anyway though, going back to Bernie, he was pressed about his inability to pay for Medicare for all by Pete. He was also called out for going against the idea that gun manufacturers should be held responsible in the case of a shooting. Warren also attacked Bernie, but in a nicer way though. She highlighted that her and Bernie were similar in their views, but she just believes she's more electable and she has a better record of getting measures passed. Now, I think this strategy for Warren was also too late to save her. She should have been doing this much earlier, because she's in the progressive lane with Bernie. He just polls better than her, and it just was too late for her to actually gain any momentum by attacking Bernie and highlighting their differences. This was the closest she got to doing that, yet I don't think it was too aggressive. Like I said, it's too late as well. So Warren, I personally think her campaign is dead, and she is not going to usurp Bernie in the progressive lane. Now, Pete also again went after Bernie, but for his comments about Castro earlier this week. And this attack by Pete is another reason why Bernie is going to be a hard sell to the American electorate. The GOP and Trump are just going to have plenty of ammunition to hit him with, because he has been a communist apologist for literally his whole career. Pete also brings up the point that Bernie on the ticket is going to affect results in the House and the Senate, which is absolutely true. If Democrats or even moderates do not buy into Bernie's message, then Dems running in the House and Senate are going to have a tougher time winning their respective seats. So honestly, this debate really summed up the issues of Bernie as the candidate instead of saving the campaigns of the others. Bernie's healthcare is arguably too expensive when we have a soaring debt and deficit. The economy is strong, so why would Americans vote for someone who wants to turn it on its head? And Bernie is going to be labeled as a communist apologist. All of these attacks are very strong and can get a lot of voters to go to the moderate side of Trump's wing and therefore vote for the GOP. Now, with that being said though, the core base for Bernie is very passionate, there's no doubt about that. But like I said, he's going to be a hard sell in the swing states like the Midwest, because progressivism is just not as popular there as it may be in the more liberal states. Now, this debate also showed the splitting of the Democratic Party as well. The Democratic establishment knows Bernie's progressivism is hard to appeal to everyone, yet the moderates in the party cannot unite behind one candidate, which allows Bernie to win the nomination. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in South Carolina. I'm pretty sure, Bernie is going to win it. Biden is polling slightly ahead, but not by much, and I just do not think he has the momentum to win South Carolina. I personally think Bernie is going to do well in South Carolina, and I personally think he's going to do well on Super Tuesday, but, we'll just have to wait and see. Again, if Biden does not win South Carolina, he's over for good. Warren cannot overcome Bernie at this point, even if she tries to go after him. Pete might have a shot. He has the second highest amount of delegates, but it's unlikely, and I think everyone else just has no momentum behind them. I really do think Bernie is going to win the nomination, but I just think he has a really low chance of beating Trump. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the video, guys. If you all enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And let me know down below what you guys think about the debate and any of your primary predictions. And yeah, with that being said, guys, take care, and I'll see you all later.